With the Premier League 23-24 season coming to a close, let's look back at my predictions that I made 9 months ago. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, some of it is very right and some of it is very wrong. But we're going to have a point system. So every single place I get wrong, say I predict a team in 20th and they finish in 14th, because there is 6 points or 6 places between them, that is 6 points. At the end, we'll total up every single point and see what my score is, and from now on, we will tally points each season that I do these predictions, which obviously this is the first one. So I'm setting the bar today. But yeah, let's just get into it. Let's see what I said about 20th. Number 20, which is Sheffield United. Bang on. I'm bang on. They have brought in some good players like Austin Trusty from us. Austin Trusty turned out to be nothing. I just don't think they have the squad talent to survive in the Premier League, and I was correct. They did not survive, and well, it wasn't hard to predict Sheffield going down, especially in 20th. They did not do any good business. Austin Trusty turned into nothing. I just sort of mentioned him because he was an Arsenal player. But yeah, spot on prediction. 0 points I start off on, which is good to hear, good to see. Let's move on to 19th. Number 19 is Wolves. Wolves, I'm looking at their transfers here. They've done nothing. Well, I was wrong. They ended up finishing in 14th. So that is 5 difference. I predicted them in 19th, ended up finishing in 14th. I just don't see them surviving at all. I don't know why. I just thought Wolves were going down at the start of the season. They did no business. They lost their best player in Ruben Neves. Even lost like a key piece like João Moutinho. But hey, they turned it around. And when healthy, Pedro Neto looked great. In 18th though, and it's sad to say it, is Luton Town. I originally had them in 20th, and then I looked at the transfers that they brought in. Marvelous Nakamba, pretty good transfer in. Tahith Chong, pretty good transfer in for a young player. Used to play for United. Issa Kabor, on loan from Man City, pretty decent player. Ross Barkley, who they just signed literally today as I'm recording this. They've made some very good signings. I just don't think it's enough to keep them up. They just don't have the depth for the Premier League. And you know what? That's spot on again. Luton in 18th was spot on. Ross Barkley was really good. Will he see himself in the Euro squad? Probably not. Sabi Lokonga as well was not great for him as an Arsenal loanee. But not a bad prediction once again. I've got 2 out of the 3 relegation teams correct. We'll get on to that third team a bit later. But it wasn't hard to predict Sheffield and Luton going down. Move on to 17th now, which is a team that everyone predicted to go down last year, which is Bournemouth. Bournemouth did an amazing job last year in staying up. I mean, pretty comfortably as well. They stayed up, but I just don't think it's going to be as comfortable. They will stay up. Well, they ended up in 12th. So that's a really bad prediction. I just didn't believe in Bournemouth. For starters, I didn't believe in Gary O'Neill. Then they got rid of him after I made this fucking video. But Iraola, wow. What a manager. He's turned it around for Bournemouth, who looked like they were not relegation favourites, but, you know, bottom half of the table. But they finished mid-table. So, good season for Bournemouth. Will Solanke stay at the club? Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, it's a 5 difference once again. So I'm currently on 10 points after 4 predictions, and 2 of them were being correct, and 2 of them being very, very wrong. In 16th is the team who made about 30 signings last season and barely stayed up. Nottingham Forest. They have signed Matt Turner, the Arsenal backup goalkeeper. I think he's got a lot to prove, and I just think he's going to do really well. I think they will stay up kind of comfortably. I mean, you can kind of say it was kind of comfortable. They were 17th. So I was one spot off, but Matt Turner sucks. He did not prove himself to be a good goalkeeper. I thought he'd do a lot better. That might just be Arsenal bias, but yeah, in the end, it is what it is. 1 point off for Forest, not too bad. We'll see how they do next season. They could go down next season, but we'll have to wait and see. In 15th, I've got Everton. Now, the last couple seasons, they've been 17th and 16th. I think it's time for them to, not stay up comfortably, but stay up, without going down to the last day of the season. Ladies and gentlemen, out of the 6 that we've seen so far, I have 3 out of 6. That is another correct prediction for me. They did finish in 15th. They've brought in Danjuma and Ashley Young. Now, I think they're the two players that you look at for, maybe not Ashley Young as much, but Danjuma could absolutely turn this team around. It's just a matter of, depends on how Sean Dyche uses him, but I believe in Sean Dyche. I think they'll keep the team up. Sean Dyche even won Manager of the Month for April. So, holy shit, I believe in Dyche ball. Danjuma didn't do that good. You know, I didn't even speak about the Beto transfer in this video. I think he might have been after I made this video, but at the same time, that was shit. But they turned it around. Dwight McNeil played well all season. Pickford, if they don't have Pickford, I think they go down. I think if you put Matt Turner in net for Everton, they might be going down. Probably not because of how bad the 3 relegated teams were. In 14th, we got Brentford. Obviously losing Ivan Toney. I believe in this Brentford team. They haven't got rid of much. Well, actually, they're also getting rid of David Raya, their goalkeeper, which is a big loss for him. Especially he's coming to Arsenal as a backup. Coming to Arsenal as a backup, was he? He took Ramsdale's place. They finished in 16th. So 2 points off there. You know, a bit worse than what I thought. I didn't really take into account Ivan Toney's ban, you know, being that much of an effect on him. You know, he did come back and score, I think it was 3 or 4 goals in his first 5 matches or something like that. So he looked good coming back. And then he kind of just slumped it. I mean, like a 4 or 5 month break, you've got to think, you know, these players not going to be as fit as he would be if he was playing. But yeah, if I really took into account how good David Raya is, I would have probably put them lower. But 14th's not a bad prediction for Brentford. In 13th, I have Crystal Palace, who have lost their best player in Wilfried Zaha. He's gone to Galatasaray. But other than that, I think I believe in Elise and Eze. I think I believe in them enough to do pretty well. I mean, they finished in 10th. Mid-table once again, and I mean, hey, they had Roy Hodgson at the fucking wheel at the time, and I did not expect Oliver Glasner, to perform like he did with this team. This team performed unreal to end this season. You know, victories against Liverpool, against Man United 4-0. They beat Aston Villa 5-0 on the last day of the season. I think Edouard has something to prove now that he will be the main goal-scoring attraction at Crystal Palace, but I think they stay up comfortably in 13th. I believe in Roy Hodgson. They just need to find a new manager quick, because Roy Hodgson's not going to be the answer forever. This team's going to look scary next year, and I did say Edouard to step up. It was Mateta that stepped up out of the 2 French strikers there, but Elise and Eze. Will Elise leave the club? Who knows, but we'll see how they do next year. But yeah, it's a 3 difference for me there. In 12th, I have West Ham. Now, they'll be juggling with the Europa League after winning the Conference League, which is a pretty good achievement. Now, the obvious big loss is Declan Rice to Arsenal. We'll get to Declan Rice a little bit later when we come up to us. Bit of a weird sort of transfer window for West Ham. You'd think after winning the Conference League they'd want to strengthen up their team. I mean, once again, it's 3 places off. They finished in 9th. I mean, David Moyes kind of lost it towards the end of the season. He lost the dressing room. What can you do? Moyes' last season, didn't know it was going to be Moyes' last season. And, well, they were, in my opinion, bang average. Nothing really to write home about. But 12th to 9th could be worse. It's another 3 points. In 11th is the final of the newly promoted teams. The team that won 100 points in the championship, which is Burnley. Oh, fuck. I'm a believer in the Vincent Kompany ball. I think they stay up comfortably. I don't see why not. What is that reasoning? I believed in Vincent Kompany ball and they finished in 19th. I predicted them to finish 11th. What was I thinking? To be honest, I wasn't the only one. There's a lot of other people that did predict them to finish above relegation zone. And even in places like 12th and 11th. I don't know why I did that. I don't know. In number 10, I have Fulham. I just think with or without Mitrovic, they stay up. If it's with, this is me counting it with Mitrovic. If it's without Mitrovic, I think maybe you can slide him down to 12th. I mean, it's not too bad. I thought they'd do a bit better. And I said without Mitrovic, they'd finish 12th. They finished 13th. So it wasn't too far off. But at the same time, didn't take account for their signing of, I think, is it Muniz? Muniz, the striker that did really well for him this year. But either way, Fulham, I was 3 places off again. I've been 3 places off with a lot of these. So move on to 9th here. Number 9, I'm Brighton. They have lost, however, McAllister, which is a big loss for them. They've also got rid of Robert Sanchez, who was their starting keeper. I don't know who they've replaced him with at keeper, to be honest. At the same time, though, Moise Caicedo could be out, but we're not sure about that one yet. Don't even know which team he's going to. Could go to Chelsea, could go to Liverpool. Well, this was obviously filmed before Caicedo left, and either or, I probably wouldn't predict them to not go too far down from 9th. Probably would have predicted 10th, if anything. But they finished 11th, which is not a bad season for this Brighton team, especially because they had 2 goalkeepers getting swapped in and out the whole season. But either way, not bad. That's 2 points off. They finished in 11th, so not too bad. In 8th, I've gone with Villa. Aston Villa. I believe in Emery Ball. They've brought in Tielemans for free, I'm pretty sure, which is a fucking great signing. Pau Torres, which is scary to think that he's gone to Villa. I thought he'd go to a bigger club than Villa, but hey, maybe I'll get proven wrong. Villa make the crack into the top 6, top 5. And also Moussa Diaby, who is just going to absolutely just tear up the Premier League, in my opinion, under Emery Ball. 8th, as I said, I believed in Emery Ball. I didn't believe enough. I just thought the big 6 would stay around the top 6. Villa at 8, it's a 4 point off. They made fucking Champions League. And Diaby didn't do as good as I would have hoped. I am pretty happy with that prediction, but it is 4 points. In 7th is Newcastle. Newcastle, the reason why they're in 7th after finishing 4th last season is balancing the Champions League. They've brought in Tonali and Harvey Barnes and Livramento, 3 absolutely key signings for them. Well, I mean, Tonali went and got banned. They're going to repeat what they did last year, but it's just the fact of them balancing Champions League football and as well as teams above them, who I've predicted not having European football at all, which we'll get to. I think it's one of the next teams, which it is. Yeah, I think it's just going to be a bit of a down year, but not like a year where they'll be like, oh, disappointed, this, that. Because then next season, I think they make some very, very big transfers. And I still stick by that. I still stick by the fact that I think they will make some very big transfers. But you know what? I also stick by the fact of I was correct again. Newcastle finish in 7th. I predicted them to finish 7th. That is another bang-on prediction there. With the Champions League, they obviously got knocked out of Europe completely after it. But hey, they took PSG to their limits. They took Milan and Dortmund to their limits, and fucking Dortmund are in the fucking Champions League final. So, you know, this is also being filmed, I will say, before the FA Cup. So, don't know what's going on there. At the same time, I got this prediction right. They didn't, well, I can't say they didn't juggle Champions League football correctly because, well, I'm not going to say they had Champions League football to deal with after January, but you know what I mean. I'm happy with this prediction. At number 6, we have my least favourite team in Tottenham. Tottenham have a new coach in Mr. Ange Postecoglou, who I think will actually do pretty well for him. He's a no-nonsense manager. He'll absolutely turn that team around. It's a manager that they've needed, I think, since Poch left. I think they've done really well here in the transfer side of things. Sorry, they have no European football to juggle with, but it's going to be a bit of a how's it going year, you know, kind of dodgy year for Ange in the first season. But I think give him a year, get him to sign some of those random Japanese players that he randomly found at Celtic and just randomly found in general. Spoke a bit too much about Tottenham in this video, for my liking. But anyways, they finished in 5th, so I was 1 point off. They could have made Champions League, but, you know, they decided to not beat Manchester City. Sus. But either way, it doesn't matter. I predicted 6th, they finished 5th. Ange had a not bad year for his first year. I mean, the fans, you know, he wants to kill him. So, we'll see how his second season goes at Tottenham. But 1 point is not too bad. In 5th, I'm going to cop a lot of flack for this. Manchester United. Aha. Cop a lot of flack. Huh? Huh? Cop flack? They finished in 8th. They suck. Man United are shit. You suck. I mean, to be honest, they could win the FA Cup. Either way, you suck. 8th place. That's embarrassing for Man United. Absolutely embarrassing. Why? I just don't think that the 3 signings that they've made in Mount, Onana, and Højlund are going to propel them into the top 4. And I was correct. Mount was injured for most of the season and sucked anyway. Onana was shit at times and very good at others. And Højlund should not have been a £70 million player or however much they signed him for. And the predictions, the Højlund versus Haaland, who's going to be better? Are you serious? What are we doing here, Man United? What are we doing? What the fuck are we doing? So that's just my take. You can make fun of me all you want. You probably will. I'll probably get like 400 dislikes now. But you can't be wrong if they finish lower than your prediction. That's all I'll say. In 4th, I have Chelsea. Chelsea here, who obviously made 466 different signings last season, have actually got rid of 466 different players. Yeah, I forgot how many players Chelsea actually got rid of at the start of this season. This prediction looked very, very shit for most of the season. And then for some reason, Pochettino just took control of this team within the last 2-3 months, picked up some victories, and they finished in 6th. So not a bad prediction. They just have no other leagues to deal with, really. They've got no European football. I obviously thought, the fact that they have no European football would help them, but it didn't. It just didn't. In 3rd, I have gone with Liverpool. Reason being is because I think they've only brought in 2 players, which are McAllister and Szoboszlai, or Sausages, from Leipzig. But they've lost players like Firmino, Naby Keita, James Milner, Fabio Carvalho is out on loan, so you can call him back anyway. Jordan Henderson, Fabinho, who obviously you didn't expect to lose, both of them. Well, I got that prediction right. Liverpool did finish 3rd. They could have finished 2nd or even 1st, but, late on into the season, after Klopp announced that he was leaving, which at the time, obviously, we didn't know he was leaving, the team kind of fell apart, which was a bit of a shame. But 3rd place Liverpool, I think, is not bad at all, and a very good prediction from myself. Now it's time for the top 2, which is Arsenal and City. Do I think we are going to win the Premier League, or do I think City is going to retain their title for the 4th time in a row? The answer, I'm going to make you guys wait. Why did I do this? I'm making myself wait now. Yeah, it's Arsenal 2nd. Yeah, City win the league. I'm not even going to start. But yeah, sure, you could put United or Liverpool above us. But I think we haven't got any weaker, in my opinion. If you look at the players we've lost Xhaka and Matt Turner. They're the 2 real big ones. Sure, you could say Pablo Mari or Austin Trusty. And I mean, to be fair, Xhaka was a big loss. He went to Leverkusen, and Leverkusen are obviously the best sporting team to ever exist this season. And I think he was a vital role in that. And Matt Turner was not a loss for us because we ended up putting Ramsdale as our backup goalkeeper. What? At the start of the season, you told me Ramsdale was our backup keeper. I would have upcutted you. But 2nd for us, I'm happy with that. That's what I predicted at the start of the season. Sure, was I upset when we didn't win the league? Of course. But it's not a bad prediction at all. Declan Rice looked like he was worth every single bit of money we paid for him. Raya as well, how we only got him on loan and signing him for £40 million. £40 million. Like, sure, if it wasn't for Gabriel and fucking Saliba, it would have been harder for him. But we have the best centre-back duo in the league. We just couldn't take points off of Fulham or Villa, and that's what cost us in the end. Man City do end up winning the league, so I got the top 3 correct. So my points have not changed since 4th place. I ended up on 42 points, which is better than Spencer FC has ever done, better than the Irish guy, and I'm from Australia. So what has that got to say about me? Huh? I'm the GOAT. What do you want? What do you want from me? I'm the GOAT. I'm him, brother. I'm him. But no, all jokes aside, not bad of a prediction from me. Next season is going to be an interesting predictions video for me, but 42 points, teams I got correct in their positions: Sheffield, Luton, Everton, Newcastle, and then Liverpool, Arsenal, and City. I think that is very good predictions for me. 7 out of 20 is not bad. But that is it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for my Prem predictions video. Well, when? In August? Whenever the season's about to start, August or July. Stay tuned for that. That's all from me. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys all in my next video. Bye for now.